Hold on to your hats, folks, because things in the federal government just got a whole lot weirder. Last week, an email blast went out to millions of federal employees demanding a detailed account of their weekly accomplishments. 5 bullet points, no excuses, due every Monday by midnight. This new directive, ominously titled, "What Did You Do Last Week, Part 2, has sent shockwaves through government agencies, leaving many wondering if this is about accountability or something far more sinister. This isn't your typical performance review, oh no. This has all the hallmarks of a late-night, Twitter-fueled fever dream, and trust me, we'll get to the Elon Musk of it all in a minute. But first, let's be clear, this mandate affects nearly every corner of the federal government. We're talking the Bureau of Prisons, the GSA, the CFPB, even the folks over at the Social Security Administration. And if you thought the CDC was immune to this chaos, think again. They received the memo too, though it's still unclear where exactly those reports are supposed to end up. Is it the OPM? The NIH? Your guess is as good as mine. One thing's for sure though, Big Brother is watching and he wants a detailed spreadsheet of your every move. The Department of Defense, a bastion of order and discipline, right? Well, not so fast. Even the Pentagon has been thrown into disarray by this latest directive. Initially, they told their civilian employees to ignore the email, but then Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, in all his infinite wisdom, decided to reverse course. Now, Pentagon employees are scrambling to comply, though their responses will thankfully stay internal to the DoD. But the damage has been done. The confusion, the uncertainty, it's enough to make even the most seasoned bureaucrat question their sanity. And what about the agencies that pushed back? The FBI, the Departments of State, Homeland Security, and Energy, they all told their employees to stand down, to ignore the email. Others waffled, calling it voluntary 1 minute, mandatory the next. It took the Office of Personnel Management, the HR department of the federal government, to finally admit what everyone already knew. This whole thing was a colossal mess. They clarified that the directive was in fact not mandatory. But by then, the damage was done. As agencies began to regroup and strategize their next steps, the focus shifted to the broader implications of this directive. What would this mean for the future of federal operations? Stay tuned as we delve into the ripple effects in the next chapter. This brings us to the current situation. How did a request for weekly accomplishments turn into a significant bureaucratic issue? Elon Musk played a role in this development. It began with a tweet, as is often the case with Musk. He tweeted that any federal employee who didn't respond to the email could be considered to have resigned. This raised concerns about job security over not sending a list of accomplishments. Musk referred to this initiative as a pulse check review, not a performance review. This created anxiety among employees about their job security. The White House responded to the situation. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt stated that agency heads would determine the best practices for collecting these reports. The situation has been challenging for many involved. And what about the employees caught in the middle of this bureaucratic situation? They're understandably concerned. Morale is low and job security feels uncertain. Former President Trump emphasized the importance of compliance with the directive. He indicated that non-compliance could result in termination. He also suggested that non-respondents might not be actively employed. This situation raises questions about control and accountability. It creates an environment where federal employees may feel hesitant to speak out or question directives. This directive is another example of the challenges faced by the federal workforce. The workforce has experienced significant changes due to firings, buyouts, and other measures. The directive sends a clear message about the importance of compliance. This sets a significant precedent for the federal workforce.